my channel. My name is my name is Asia Laria, and on this channel I talk about motherhood, health, culture, and some things in between. I know yesterday I wasn't really able to give an introduction to the blog because I was at the doctor's office for a very long time, and that is okay. And today I had another doctor's appointment. So this vlog, I'm going to take you guys with me to my doctor's appointments this week and next week. I had an appointment yesterday and I just finished up one now. Like I said, on this channel I really talk about health and teaching moms how to advocate for themselves and for their babies, right? So this is a little bit transparent vlog too. I wasn't really sure if I should share this or not, but I'm going to share it because there may be some other women going through the same thing, and I don't feel like it's really talked about as well. So as you all know, I have 2 children. I've had them back to back, and right after birth, you will feel funny, like sitting down and like you need to pee, and it's like, whoa, you can't hold, like right after birth, like the night you just birthed or the day after or something. That's expected. But I was not prepared for that issue to go on like after birth. So I've been dealing with some, I guess, urinary urgency for about maybe 2-3 years now. 2 years ago I noticed it, and I called my midwife up. And you guys know I say midwife because I am pro midwife, right? I called her up and I'm like, I'm having this problem, and she's like, okay, come in. She did examine me. She also did do the to see if I had like separation of my muscles from giving birth. What is it? Diastasis. What is it? Diastasis. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? And she said I didn't have that, which is a good thing. So I probably, once I lose this weight, this fupa, it won't be that bad. I'm hoping. But then she also did check my vagina and its muscles, and she said everything is fine. At the time, I was working from home, so I was sitting a lot, and I've had a desk job for a while now, like probably 5 years or more, and I was not working out as much as I should, like as I am now. I wasn't working out as much as I am now. So she said the sitting is not good, for the vaginal muscles. It's not, it can cause these types of issues, I guess, urinary incontinence, right? And these type of like bladder issues because we're just sitting, just like they say, when you're on the toilet, if you're constipated or something like that, don't sit too long. Like they say, don't sit too long on the toilet. Don't, you can strain and stuff. So she recommended me that, I do some Kegels and squats and, be a little more active. Okay. And so I did that, and everything has been fine. But over the summer, I realized the issue emerged again. Right? Over the summer, I realized that the issue reemerged again, right? So I called my midwife up again. So she said, okay, come in, no problem. And she said, okay, so since now this is the second time you're, talking about this, let's do a referral. So that's one thing. Like, ladies, make sure you get a provider who, they take your concerns seriously. They're not just going to be like, oh, you just had a baby, it's normal, No, they'd be like, okay, this is the second or third time you're bringing this up, or it seems like it's really concerning to you. Let's do a referral. So she sent a referral to a gyno-urologist. So not just gynecologists, but they specialize in urology for women. So I went there yesterday. It was a very quick procedure, very painless. I was expecting something like, like a pap smear type of procedure, but it wasn't. They had like a popsicle stick to measure, I guess, the opening of my vagina, and it was a good opening. It was, said it was good, all right. And they also told me to cough to make sure there was no type of bulging, and there wasn't. So it was a very good exam. We thank God. Did refer me to pelvic floor therapy, which I will be doing, like Kegels and things like that. But I guess, to actually have an expert to help me with the breathing techniques and things like that. So I was really open to that, because you guys know I'm a natural girl, and I really like to try natural things first. She also did recommend a medication that only is only concentrates on the bladder. It's not like a medication that you take it and it does other things. It just concentrates on the bladder, right? And then they also did tell me it may be a mind thing. Your life is very different now. You're overwhelmed. You're always rushing and things like that. So, it was a really good appointment. It was a really good appointment. I'm glad I went, because when I was there, I used the bathroom 5 times, and I was there for like 3 hours. I used the bathroom 5 times, and I barely drank anything when I was there. Like, to me, like, I just don't feel like it's normal. It's very annoying. I remember one time I got on Ashi. Let me put on some lotion, because when my auntie watches this vlog, that's the first thing she's gonna notice, that my hands are ashy. So I also did say, like, I don't need to drink big, 3 big Stanley cups a day. I don't need to do that. And they also gave me some other, pointers as well. Like, it may be a mind thing, and just trying to, like, practice more mindfulness, and just probably just, slow down a bit, which I agree. But overall, it was a really good appointment. The ladies were really good. I felt very comfortable with them. They were very knowledgeable. They treated me with a lot of respect, and yeah, it was a good appointment. Then today I had another appointment. So a couple months ago, when I went to visit my midwife and I told her about this urinary incontinence thing, we also talked about my periods. And lately my periods have been irregular, probably the start of this year, which is unusual for me. And I've always been on birth control for a very long time. I started on birth control when I was like 15, not because I was sexually active, but because I had extremely painful periods. Extremely painful periods. Like, I would be throwing up, I would have diarrhea, I would have to miss school, I would have to be picked up early from school. Like, it was awful. It was really, really awful. So these past like 2 years, 2-3 years, maybe like 2, is the longest time I've been off of birth control. Right after I had the kids, I tried the Depo. I think one time I tried the Depo, the shot. I didn't like it. I tried the pop pill, the progesterone, right? Progesterone, or the pop pill, the progestrogen pill, right? I did that, and I kept having breakthrough bleeding, like that every 2 weeks bleeding. I was also like breastfeeding as well. And then I did the Depo. And then with my daughter, after I had my daughter, I don't think I was on anything. I might have been at some time, but this past like year or 2 is the longest I've been off of birth control, since I was like 15, 16 years old, right? So, my periods have been pretty irregular. And so that was a bit of a concern for my midwife, and I appreciate that she was concerned. So because of her concern, and then also, I've gained a lot of weight, right? So not only are my periods irregular, I have put on a lot of weight since having the children. It's been very difficult for me to lose weight. PMS is horrible, right? PMS is horrible. And then there was another thing going on, which I'm not going to talk about. So she said, Asia, let's do a referral to do a transvaginal scan of your uterus to make sure there's nothing else going on. She also did so because of these symptoms, she said, let's do some blood work. We did hormonal testing. Mind you, I only went to my midwife because I was having a urinary incontinence issue. From there, she asked me about my periods. She said, okay, let me order some. From there, she ordered some hormonal testing because I put on a lot of weight. It's very difficult for me to lose weight despite anything I do. The PMS is through the roof. I'm a mad woman. Let me tell you, like, I'm mad. Like, I'm mad. You see, me mad. And so she said, let's do some hormonal testing. She also, not in addition to doing the hormonal testing, she said, I'm also going to send you to do a transvaginal scan of your uterus to also make sure that nothing else is going on, that she's not missing something else. Because when I had my son, they did see a very small fibroid. I knew it was there. I never had any problem. It never bothered me throughout my pregnancies. It didn't bother me, after giving birth. There was one time I noticed I was having very heavy periods, and I called my midwife up. That's one thing I will do. I will, especially my midwife, I will call her up, okay? Or I will send her a my chart message like, this is going on. Let's handle this. What's up? So, because me and her are like this. Me and my midwife are like this. I'm so glad she's just in my life. I'm so glad that she's my midwife. I'm really, really glad. I told her that I was having heavy bleeding during my periods. It was like for the 2-3 periods I had heavy bleeding, and I called her up and she said, okay, let me send you for a transvaginal scan. I didn't even see her. I don't even think I saw her. She just said, I'm sending the referral now. Okay, so I went because she just wanted to make sure the fibroid had not gotten bigger or had multiplied. God is so good. They couldn't even find the fibroid on the ultrasound. Okay, they couldn't even find the fibroid. It took a while for them to find the fibroid because it's so tiny. It is so tiny. They couldn't even find it. So by the grace of God, everything was fine. And then I stopped having heavy period. Everything was fine, right? So with this recent visit, with me seeing her, that's why, and the symptoms I've been having, she said, let's go for a transvaginal scan. So that I went today. I just got back. So yeah, I'll probably get the results tomorrow. And then I also have an appointment coming up with my midwife so we can discuss my blood work and the results of this scan, right? So I'm just sharing all of this with you all. I'm sharing this with you all to inspire and encourage somebody to pick up that phone, give your provider a call, your midwife a call, and say, I've been noticing this. Can I come in? Can I come in? I would like to get a referral. This has been going on. This is not normal of me. I've never had this before. Can I come in? Let's check it out. I did my own research. Do you think this is going on with me? Can we do some hormonal testing? That's why I'm sharing my story. Okay, because especially as a Black woman, I'm having heavy bleeding. My periods are irregular. They found a very small fibroid years ago. imagine, you can't ignore some symptoms as a woman. You can't ignore some symptoms, especially as a black woman. You can't, okay? You can't ignore some symptoms, when you know your own family history. You can't, okay? So I'm just telling you all to take charge of your health. Take charge of your life. Like, you can't. And when I go for these appointments, I feel grown, okay? I feel like a big woman, okay? Like, you can't say, oh, I'm grown, I have this, I have that, and you have not gone for your pap smear, you haven't gone for a checkup, you haven't gone for your physical. Like stop it. like stop, cut it out. Like, you can't be dolly down, that's what they say, right? Dolly up, dolly down, and you don't even go for your pap smear, you don't go for your physical, you don't go to your blood work. You say, I don't even have a doctor. So how you dolly down every weekend and you don't have a doctor? That don't make sense. That makes no sense at all. Your health is your wealth, like everybody says, okay? And taking care of your health is a very grown decision to do. It's not like when you're 11, 12, your mom, your dad are, they carry you to your doctor's appointment. They make sure, you go to your dentist. You're doing the, yearly checkups, and, they see something is off. They're calling the doctor. Like, no. After 18, you're responsible for yourself. You are responsible for yourself, okay? So I'm just really praying that the results are benign and there's nothing else to worry about. I really am praying for that. I also know that because I've put on a significant amount of weight since having the children, that does affect a lot of things. So that I know. And I am working really hard. I've actually lost 16 pounds. And I'm really working hard with another doctor and a nutritionist. I do see a nutritionist. I actually have a nutritionist appointment coming up, so you guys will be with me at that appointment as well. But yeah, I know my weight is an issue. It has always been an issue for me since having the children. So I do see a specialist for that, and I see a nutritionist, right? Because I have children. I have small children. I want to live long for them. I want to be healthy. I'm also a black woman, right? I'm also very short. I'm only 5'1". So the weight that I have on me as a short black woman, with my own family, historical family diagnosis, is not good. It is not good at all, and I don't like it. So I told that to my doctor. She referred me somewhere, and she also referred me to a nutritionist. So, and I'm so glad to see them. I'm so glad to see the weight loss doctor. I'm not having surgery or anything, but I'm open to see a nutritionist. But I'll tell you guys more about the nutritionist in the next video. Make your health a priority, woman. Okay, make yourself a priority. Make your health a priority. You have children, okay? Your life is for your children. You have your children to live for. Make your health a priority. Make yourself a priority. I also will do a video on what to do when you don't have insurance, okay? I also will do a video like that, because even when you don't have insurance, there's no excuse even of why you shouldn't be going to the doctor, because that actually is a federal law. Doctors' offices, hospitals are to offer, actually a federal law. Hospitals, doctors' offices are to care for those who are uninsured. That is a federal. You will not be rejected because you don't have health insurance. You will not. Trust me, okay? I'll do a video on that soon. The job I used to do, women are coming, they've just crossed the border with a 36-week belly, okay? They're 36 weeks pregnant. And they came to my job and was able to see a doctor. The job I used to do, Even men who are undocumented, they have their ITIN number, whatever, they're still able to come for their physicals, do their colonoscopies. Like, it's nothing. Okay, so don't make, because you don't have insurance, an excuse of why you're not taking care of your health. Okay.